Hi everyone, my name is Andy Baker. I'm the lecturer for the semester. And so this is an asynchronous online course, and so that means that we'll never have to meet on campus, online, in a Zoom at the same time ever throughout the semester. So this course also, with the online being a Q, will never meet on campus either. So this is completely online. Course began a couple days ago, Monday, August 24th. And ends Sunday, December 13th. Apologies for arriving late. I just had a child born this past weekend, and we just got out of the hospital. So now I should be good to go, and I'm slowly catching up. So my apologies for being late. I'm sorry, in terms of this course, one of the things is there are no exams. There's not going to be a situation we're going to spend all week preparing for an exam that you're going to do 3 or 4 times a semester. There's no 10,000 word term paper. In this case, in this course, you learn GIS by doing it, a phrase you'll hear throughout the semester. What I want to emphasize is this course, very early on, I want to emphasize this, that this can be frustrating at times because you're dealing with computers, you're dealing with the internet, you're dealing with the cloud. So at times, IUPUI's system might crash, and because we're so dependent on other entities, it can be frustrating. Things can freeze up. Things can all of a sudden disappear, and you can lose information. So I just wanted to emphasize, very keen to that. I'm very aware of that, and for that reason, we don't have exams, and I don't want to really stress you out with extra things, especially in a course where you learn it by doing it. All right, as far as office locations, it's probably not going to matter this semester because of COVID. My online office hours, just give me a moment. Like I said, just got back home from the hospital. Let me get orientated. Let me kind of find out when you guys are around. And all I'll do is I'll try to set 1 hour each week on a certain day in which I'll be available, I'll be online. But for the most part, if you just email me, I will reply as soon as possible. And oftentimes I will reply with custom-made videos that kind of show you how to do something, or maybe show you kind of a solution to a problem you might come across. As far as contact me, like I said, Bakeran at IUPUI, but also the Canvas inbox. Voice is with me not probably ever being on campus, really no point in calling that. But if we have to talk, we'll figure it out. All right, and so all this is kind of redundant, some stuff I just mentioned. There is a required textbook, and so the quizzes are largely based off of information from this textbook. So this is what it looks like. It's the 6th edition, but there is also a 5th edition out there in the interwebs somewhere that is available, I think for free, but I don't know. So if you find that one, great, but I'm not going to help you find it, of course. But if you do, I have included throughout the course, throughout the modules, the listings where in the 5th edition you can find the readings that I have assigned. So for the most part, the book is the same, but just, you can still get by with the 5th edition. Continuing on, the software, we're going to use ESRI's ArcGIS software. This is the industry standard. This is like, the number one by a huge amount in the GIS world. So if you work in the GIS industry, if you go off and use GIS in your career, you'll probably be using this program, this software. So further, our school, IU and IUPUI, have a relationship with Esri, and so although this is extremely expensive, we do have free access to that. And so that's going to be what we're going to be using is the ArcGIS Pro program. And one of the things, like I mentioned, one of the problems with the internet and relying on other people is, for some reason, Esri might say, I'm sorry, IU, we no longer want to have that relationship. So if that happens, we will move to something else. And so QGIS is also available for free to students. It's available free anytime. It's open source. So it's an alternative that we might use, we might have to rely on if something happens up here with Esri. The videos, you're going to see the videos are included as well, kind of to supplement the textbook readings. The videos are required watching. I do cover a lot of material that might not be touched on in the book. And I also, in the exercises and the assignments I'll mention later on, I might refer back to the videos. So it's good to watch the videos and be prepared before you take a quiz, before you do an exercise by watching those videos. There are going to be additional readings to kind of help. It's kind of where real world or maybe local examples are included to help supplement the information. all information for this course is available via Canvas. And so everything is going to be pushed to you and returned back to me via Canvas. As far as the course organization, we have 10 modules. Each module has a quiz and an exercise. And then we also have 2 projects. All right, so the quizzes. I'll go in talk about those a little bit later. But the quizzes, there's 10 of them, one per module, and they're going to rely heavily upon the textbook readings and the videos that are included in the modules. In terms of the quizzes, you can take them as many times as you want, but the one that is scored is the most recent attempt. Very important. And so it's essentially you have as much time as you want to complete a quiz, but I only record the most recent attempt. The exercises are simple in the sense that if you just follow the instructions, if you be persistent, if you don't wait till the end or don't wait till the due date to work on them, you should be good to go. So the 10 exercises are associated, once again, each exercise is associated with the module. So you'll work on those, and that's why I refer to the clickology. That's just, you click here, you click there, you follow the instructions that are provided, and then you should produce 20 out of 20s, 19 out of 20s. You should produce very good, high quality work just by simply doing and following the instructions. The projects, however, are a little bit more, okay, here's a problem, here's a situation, you go figure it out based on all the stuff that was covered maybe in a previous exercise, covered in a previous video, or covered somewhere in the modules in the textbook readings. So the project's a little bit more open-ended in the sense of it's not you click here, you click there, now turn it in. It's a little bit more open-ended. In terms of the course grading, there's the course layout. We can see the projects in terms of have the highest point value. But the exercises in terms of the overall total point value would be the greatest. And so the exercises, I really want to emphasize, one key reason why students do so well in this course is because there's these exercises. If you just follow the instructions, if you're just patient, if you take deep breaths when you get frustrated, you should be good to go. You should get full credit and earn a lot of points right there quite easily. There's our grading scale. So this familiarize with the grading scale. And then finally, let's go down here to the schedule. So this course began a couple days ago. This weekend, we have the student introductions that are due. So the student introductions are due on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. and you complete those in the discussion. So I'll go ahead and I'll see that. And so this is very simple. And so I just want to know kind of where you are, what you're up to. Don't want to know too much. Just kind of see how things are going, and kind of gives me an idea, possibly when we can meet online sometime for an online office hour. Quiz 1 is due Sunday, September 6th. So let's go ahead and look at quiz 1. All right, so you see here, this quiz is worth 10 points. You can take the quiz as many times as you want, but I will record only your most recent attempt, your latest quiz score. There is no time limit, and so no time limit and unlimited. So the questions are going to vary. They're going to be different types of questions. Sometimes you're going to be writing a lot of text. Sometimes you're just going to be punching in numbers. Other times it's just multiple choice and true false types of questions. So there are going to be a variety of types of questions used. All right, so we go back, and so you're going to see a pattern here. So the Module 1 material is going to include Quiz 1 and Exercise 1. So every Sunday night, a quiz is due. Well, not every, but for the most part. You're going to see quizzes are due on Sunday nights, whereas exercises are due on the following Wednesday. So the Exercise 1 is going to kind of relate to Quiz 1, and they're going to have the same kind of content, because it makes sense. They're both from Module 1. And so that's going to be the pattern you're going to see, is a quiz is going to be due on a Sunday night, and then the following Wednesday is when the exercise is going to be due. Let me scroll down here to the first project. So Project 1, you'll see the gap between Exercise 5 and Project 1. So that gives you a good amount of time to work on Project 1. And the same goes for Project 2. There is a very late Thanksgiving break this year, and so we do have a full week off here. Or not a full week, but we'll have Thursday, Friday of Thanksgiving break off here. So that's also included. All right, let me go back up here and look at the Exercise 1. And this here. All right, Exercise 1. So you're going to see the Submit Assignment button. So once you're done with this particular assignment, you can submit it there. We see here 2 different parts. So let's say you wanted to complete part 1, so you finish that, go ahead and submit it. And then 2 days later, you say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and now tackle part 2. You can submit it as well. You can submit multiple times. In terms of this particular part 1, this is kind of going to be relating to stuff from module 1. So I encourage you, if you're ever confused, and this is kind of, I mean, at times can be kind of like, huh? This is geography? So this might be a challenging first assignment, first part 1 of this particular exercise. It's a little different than the rest of them this semester where you're not clicking there, and so forth. So if you do have questions, send me an email. Let's try to organize a way, and I'll help you as much as I can work out this particular topology puzzle. So this part 2 is the clickology. Essentially what you do is you watch this video, and you should, all these videos, you should from that be able to then as you finish the end of that video, then submit your exercise 1 lastname.pdf via the assignment button. All right, so that's everything for this particular semester. I am quite accessible via email, but like I said, there is a 3-day-old now in my life, along with a 4-year-old and a wife, so things can be hectic. So just realize there might be some time from when you send the email and I reply. Best of luck this semester. If you have any questions, bakeran@iupy.edu.